Hi, welcome back to Bounce Board with me, Tiff Hall. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Fiona DM'd me. She said, "What is somatic yoga and how is it different to normal yoga? Does it have any benefits? Also, can it be done during the early stages of pregnancy or should there be some adjustments made?" And I love this question because it had modifications for pregnancy in it. And I am a pre and postnatal trainer. So I thought, great, I will go through that in detail with you. So somatic yoga is a form of yoga that combines traditional yoga poses with somatic exercises. But you're probably thinking, well, what are somatic exercises? The primary focus of somatic exercises, somatic yoga, is the internal experience of movement, okay? So it's the sensations rather than the external appearance or precision of the exercise and the poses. So it emphasizes body awareness, mindfulness, and that connection between the mind and the body that is so important. The body awareness is really beautiful, and somatic yoga practitioners are encouraged to pay really close attention to what you're feeling, all the sensations as you move through the poses. This awareness is recognizing moments of and areas of tension or discomfort, which can then be addressed through gentle movements and adjustments. And it's really quite amazing if you go into like a hip opener pose and you really can feel, oh my goodness, I have so much tension in my hips because I sit down all day at work, and you can feel that release, and it's just bringing that mind, body connection into your practice. The mindfulness and movement, it evolves. It's very slow, very mindful, and it's about releasing the tension and increasing the range of motion at the same time. So you really want to release and sink into the movement. And it's really beneficial for those who are wanting to do something for their mental health, because this can really reduce stress and improve your mental focus like nothing else. You'll get a clarity from it. You want to release the chronic tension, okay? So you target habitual muscle contractions that are developed over time. Yes, we know how to do the poses. We know how to, move into the poses and move through them, but they're consciously moving in ways that release those muscle patterns, and if you're doing somatic yoga, it can really improve your movement efficiency. And the thing I love the most about somatic yoga is it really can reduce pain. So when you're releasing that tension and you're listening to your body, you're also finding pain points and you're able to release pain at the same time. I love it because it's a holistic approach. That interconnectedness of body and mind promotes an overall sense of well-being, which is just beautiful. And it helps you develop a deeper understanding of where your thoughts and emotions sit and how they really can affect your physical state. And it's really accessible for everybody. If you've got limited mobility or you're recovering from injury, then somatic yoga is something that you can do. It's not full on with the poses, or it's not all about flexibility. It's about feeling your way through gentle movements. So some of the benefits here are improved flexibility and mobility by focusing on the internal feelings of movement. You can lead to improved flexibility and range of motion. Like I mentioned, reduce pain, chronic pain, especially in areas of the back, neck, and shoulders. You can really work on reducing pain in those areas. You've got enhanced body alignment and posture, which is always a huge win. And regular practice will help improve that posture and alignment through more body awareness. So the more body awareness you get, the more body alignment you will get, and it's just a fantastic holistic cycle. Stress reduction, it's mindful, it's meditative, it's beautiful. It helps reduce stress and also anxiety, and it builds that greater emotional resilience. So it's integrating body mind. You always want to have a body mind practice integrated into your fitness routine, because it helps support better emotional and psychological resilience. It's very important for you. So I think somatic yoga is very therapeutic. It's introspective. It's a tool for those looking to enhance their physical health and their mental well-being. And I really do encourage people to look into somatic movements. It can be dance as well. It can be even martial arts. I've done somatic katas and patterns through the technical side of martial arts as well. So it doesn't have to just be yoga. You can find somatic movement in different areas. Now, you asked about pregnancy modifications. So let's go into that. If you're in your first trimester, you want to take a very gentle approach. So you might be feeling nauseous and tired and really, really fatigued in the first trimester. So just be really gentle with yourself, and you want to not do anything too risky and just take it super easy. Pull back, pull back. You want to avoid intense abdominal work, so minimize poses that put intense pressure on the abs, and you want to stay cool. So avoid hot yoga or any practice that raises your body temperature too much, okay? In the second trimester, you really want to look at modifying supine poses. So as the belly grows, lying flat on the back can compress the vena cava and affect blood flow. So it's quite dangerous. You want to modify these poses by propping the body up with pillows or bolsters, or being on your elbows if you're lying on your back so that your chest is elevated. You want to avoid deep twisting. So replace any deep twists with like open and gentle twists to avoid putting pressure on the abdomen. And you really want to balance with care, okay? So your center of gravity changes hugely because you've got your big, beautiful bump, and you want to really make sure that you don't fall and that you minimize the risk of falls. So make sure you're using a wall or a chair to support you during balancing poses. In the third trimester, really bring your focus into breathing. Emphasize the breathing exercises that promote the relaxation, and they're also very useful during labor. You want to get into the breathing, the inhales, the exhales, and incorporate poses that strengthen the pelvic floor, like opening up the hips and squats and beautiful butterfly stretches. And comfort is key. Use lots of props to really make the poses feel comfortable for you. General modifications, I'd say, depending on what you've got going on, if you've got pelvic girdle pain or there's so many things that can be going on in pregnancy, but usually a wider stance in poses can help accommodate the big belly and make you feel a little bit more comfortable and improve balance. Using props like bolsters, blocks, straps can help to enhance stability, which is really important. And you don't want any prone positions. So poses that involve lying on the stomach should absolutely be avoided. And you want to stay hydrated. So you've got to drink lots and lots of water. Yoga can be intense and you really want to stay hydrated. There's prenatal yoga classes, which are a great idea. They're specifically designed for pregnant women and provide safe and relevant modifications. So that's a really good thing. And as always, you want to consult with your healthcare professional, your doctor, your obstetrician. If you've got any concerns, ask them what is best for you. Some of the poses that are very, very safe in pregnancy and are my favorites are cat-cow, because it's really great for back flexibility and relieves back pain, especially lower back pain. Side angle poses, they're really good at keeping the legs strong and improving balance. Warrior 2 strengthens the legs and opens up those hips, providing more room for the baby, which is beautiful. And I like the seated forward bend. It can be done with really wide leg stance for a gentle stretch. You really want to avoid back bends, deep twists, handstands, inversions. All these things are very risky for you and baby. But modifying your yoga during pregnancy, trying some somatic yoga during pregnancy is a beautiful thing to do. It's really healthy for your mental well-being, for your emotional well-being, because a lot is changing during pregnancy, emotionally, mentally, physically. It's a lot to keep up with as the weeks progress. So somatic yoga is really great for tapping into that change and how you're feeling in your new body as your body changes. So I really do recommend it, and it's a beautiful thing to take up during pregnancy. So when I say a holistic approach, some of you might be a bit like, oh, that's a bit out there or woo-woo, and I'm not too sure what holistic means. So holistic means that you are training physically, but also taking care of your mental well-being and your emotional well-being. And your emotional and psychological fitness is just as important as your physical fitness. So you may be doing, if you're a runner, you might be running 2 to 3 times a week. If you're doing your strength training, you might be doing strength training 2 or 3 times a week. Or maybe you train at home with an online program like MyTXO and you're enjoying that 20 minutes a day. But what you want to make sure that you're adding into that is a little bit of mindfulness as well. And that might be your meditations, your visualizations, your sleep visualizations. And there are plenty of guided apps that help you to do that. And also your somatic movement. So, and again, there are many apps that will guide you through that. MyTXO has a somatic yoga program, so you can do it with, and it's guided by Steph, our trainer. You don't have to think about it. You just have to close your eyes and listen. It's really beautiful. And that's what holistic means to me, making sure you're nurturing the body in mind, body, and spirit to be well and well-rounded in all the ways of health and well-being. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_xo and let me know what topics and questions you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.